All right, hey everybody, we are live. Today is Thursday, December 11th, 2025. Christmas is coming up, and we're happy to have Gregg, Uncharted Collectibles, on the program. I think for the very first time, actually. Known Gregg
Well,
for a long time now. And Gregg, myself, and K Pro, we created this Uncharted Collectibles business, and Gregg wanted to come on and kind of give the backstory and tell us a little bit about the coins that we have. How's it going, Gregg?
good. Great to be here. As you know, not only am I your friend for years, but I'm a
Mm-hmm.
fan for years. So to be in the amusement park with you is awesome.
And
Um,
Gregg is going to find Xavier Marks one of these years. He's out there looking. He's worked on a lot of the treasure hunts, so he's definitely in the community. Everybody.
I think for Xavier Marks, we might be about 95 clues away from a breakthrough. So we're getting there.
Supposedly Hillary and Sean are going to speak at the conference. Maybe we'll get a clue, but that's not confirmed. I don't know. So we'll see. Maybe we can talk them into giving us a clue. You never know.
Well, so Mike, let me start if I can before we talk about Uncharted Collectibles. Let me just start by giving you a compliment, if I can.
Okay.
Um, By the way, I wore a goat on my sweatshirt today. I could not find a cow. If I had any cow shirts, I would have worn a cow
Right.
in honor of you. But this is what I've never made this analogy to you, Mike, but this is what I actually believe. We have a lot of things in common, which is why we became close friends.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but one thing I don't know if I've ever told you, I'm a big Howard Stern fan. You are as well, or am I
Yeah.
right on
Oh,
that?
yeah. I
Okay.
used to listen when I had Sirius all the time. Yeah.
Right. I actually think often. I mean, look, unfortunately you're not a billionaire yet like Howard Stern, but Howard Stern is the king of all media. He's conquered radio, he's conquered television, he's conquered movies, he's covered books, he's done it all. But you know what, Mike? In the world of treasure hunting, which is not as big a world as the world of Howard Stern, but you have done it all. So you are not only a treasure hunter, you're a treasure hunter author. You've created this world that me and so many other people enjoy. You've created Uncharted Collectibles with me, which is what we're going to speak about. But basically, you've done it all. And what you've done, and now you're the founder of the Treasure Con, which I can't wait to see you at in a few weeks in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
But really, you have built a community, and therefore, I am now crowning you, unlike Howard Stern, the king of all media. I am crowning you the king of all treasure, because that's what I think of you. Um,
Nice.
and
Appreciate it.
you're a true asset to like this little community we have of treasure hunters, whether it's people, whether it's us creating now at Uncharted, you've created at the invitation. We've also played all of these games, but we're all of your viewers also. This is one of the few things that all of us are just doing for the love of puzzles and just fun.
Mm-hmm.
There's no money in this, unfortunately.
Right.
And you have devoted so much of your adult life towards just the show that I'm on right now. I just think it's really incredible, and it's just nice that you could live your dream and pursue just what makes you happy without any strings attached or more to it. So on behalf of me and everybody watching this, I just wanted to say, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I'm attracted to you and became your friend, because you're just a sincere guy who just has a total enjoyment and radiates happiness in terms of this hobby we all have. So that means a lot to me, and I wanted to start that way. And that's important to me, not just for the sake of complimenting you as a person, which you deserve, but that was one of the reasons, or maybe the main reason, why I actually wanted to be your partner in Uncharted, because
Mm-hmm.
we both approach the business not even from a business perspective. We approach it from a hobby perspective of enjoyment. And the main reason we did start Uncharted, and we're continuing to grow and build Uncharted, is really to just expose new people to the fun that we have in these treasure hunts, and to just create new experiences for people, because it's a great distraction from the real world that is just nothing but adventure, like we might get from watching the Goonies, for example, but we get
Right.
to live it in this little world. So I'd like to just start by saying that, I guess.
Well, I appreciate it, Gregg. Thank you. And Gregg has been around for a long time. Gregg did the first Grand Adventure puzzles that I did years ago. I mean, I've been on YouTube 9 years now, and we finally hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. And K Pro is a big part of the reason why for that. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and that's why we do it, because it is a lot of fun. And yeah, we love puzzles. We love that mystery of somebody saying, "Hey, I made these clues. Can you figure them out?" And that's why we do it. So thanks, Gregg. Appreciate it.
And I meant every word of that. And if K Pro is here, I could give her an equally positive speech, because,
Yeah.
as you know, I'm close with her as well, and you're both incredible. And I'm so happy you found each other through this hobby and passion we have. But since you mentioned Grand Adventure, and for those of you who don't know who are watching this, one of Mike's original treasure hunts that he created was this Grand Adventure, which was awesome
Mhm.
because it was not just one puzzle or one book. It was actually a series of about 15 to 20 steps, like the gauntlet of puzzles to become the winner. But Mike, if you're going to mention Grand Adventure and my participation in the first one, I think you need to also say I won the first one. I think that's important to say.
That's right. Was that for the books? I think was that the treasure hunting books? Yeah, because we're going back probably 6 years ago, 7 years ago, so it's a while. Yes. And back at that time, Greg had the we talk about the history if you want. At that time, Greg had the idea for Uncharted Collectibles, but we didn't actually push the button and follow through with it. We waited until about maybe a year ago, right?
We did. We had this idea early on, and just let me start with a little plug. We'll talk about it in detail over this next several minutes, but our website, which for those of you who have not seen it yet, please check out our website, unchartedcollectibles.com. The good news is, even Mike and I, who started this business, sometimes we don't know if it's Uncharted Collectibles or Uncharted Collectibles. We don't know, but we got both domain names.
Uncharted. We were thinking Uncharted originally, but
we also don't really know how to spell collectibles, whether you spell it with an I at the end or an A at the end. We don't know. All the websites get to the same place, though, Uncharted Collectibles. So that's where we are. What we started at Uncharted Collectibles, our real idea was to sell collectible coins. And collectible coins can come in any forms. They don't need to be dedicated to the treasure hunting world. We could sell collectible coins with Disney characters. We could sell collectible coins with American flags. We could do whatever we choose to do. But because Mike and I obviously love this world of armchair treasure hunting, we decided let's start our focus in this world. And right now, the treasure hunt collection coins that we have sold in the past and are still available in limited quantities we have Forest Fen coins that Mike had sold out of in the past, but there are still some available now on the resale market that we sell through our website. And those are very hot properties, obviously. Everything that we sell in Uncharted Collectibles is all 100% authentic licensed products. We have rights from all of the trademark or copyright owners. By the way, I'm an IP attorney is what I do in the real world. So Mike and I bring different strengths to this business and this partnership, not just our love of treasure hunting, but we do things by the book and all in accordance with intellectual property rights. So everything is fully authorized by Forest Fen's estate. In addition to Forest Fen, we have a series of coins under license celebrating Byron Price's The Secret. Mike, you want to talk a little bit? I don't know. To all of your viewers, should we assume they know what The Secret is, or give a little bit of background? Yeah,
they know. And this is the very first coin that we did right here. Obviously the cover of the book for The Secret. Yeah, they know. They know The Secret. I mean, just from Expedition Unknown. They've seen the episodes that have been done on it. So again, 1982, I think, is when the hunt came out, and we had the idea of why not make a coin so people can commemorate The Secret. And Greg was able to secure the first, I think, official rights to do a coin, right?
We're definitely the first business to ever get the official rights to anything for The Secret. I actually think that we're the first business to get any rights to The Secret in any product category in at least a decade. Unfortunately, when Byron died, all of the IP rights got really tied up in some messy estate matters. And for Mike and I to just navigate to find who are the real owners of this IP, who has the rights to the IP, get in touch with them, pitch our idea, convince them that we're the right partners for the job, get the contracts in order. It took years, literally years of negotiation.
A lot of Greg put in a lot of work of trying to figure out the right person, write up a contract that was agreeable. There's a lot of back and forth, et cetera, right?
Yeah. And I think of all the coins that we've sold so far, and we're selling new ones, and 2026 will be a big year where we sell even more coins in a variety. But that secret coin that you just showed happens to me to be the most meaningful, just because The Secret as a treasure hunt book has meant a lot to me in my life. I've worked 500 hours on it. And that is the logo, the image associated with New York, which is where I'm from. So that's the main. I mean, that's kind of that image is kind of the iconic image probably of the entire book. So that's why Mike and I decided to lead with that image. We actually do have the rights really to the entire collection of images and poetry and verses throughout the entire book. So, for those who know The Secret, which we're assuming you do, there's 12 images There's 12 verses. Mike and I, over time, our hope is that we will launch 24 different coins, celebrating each of those. At this point, we've launched 2 of the 24 so far, and 2026, we'll see which city we hit next.
Nice.
And hopefully I or Mike or somebody else watching this right now will actually find another cask in the secret.
Would that be something?
that would just rev up, it would make the whole property hot again. Not for us selling coins, but just for interest in the business.
Now, there was another treasure hunt creator that I reached out to, and this one's a lot lesser known, but let me show this one. This was a limited edition coin that we did for a treasure hunt called The Treasures of Known Aim, TTOKA. And the creator, he really liked the coin idea because what he did is he actually created a puzzle where you had to put all the coins together in order to solve this puzzle. It really was, I think, the first time it's ever been done. So those sold out within a day, and those are still continue to be sold out. But a lot of people going to Treasure Con this year, seeking Treasure Con, they have these coins, and we're hoping that the author may even come to the conference, whether he speaks or not. But yeah, this was a fun one because this one just kind of surprised everybody. Like, oh, he's doing a coin. Okay. So yeah, you've got yours, I've got mine, and everybody else has got theirs. And for the most part, we think the puzzle was solved that he had created. But then on his website, he put a new puzzle that also utilizes these coins, and he kind of surprised everybody. I'm not sure if you even know about that one, Greg. But that was Art K from the TTOKA. So that coin was a lot of fun.
Well, what's the status of that whole treasure hunt more generally? Is progress being made?
There's progress being made, but nobody's found one of the actual treasures. What they found are he calls them these masks, and you're on the right track, but you're in the wrong location. So people have found 4 of these masks so far. It's not an easy book, and it's not an easy treasure hunt.
So the author actually put things in the wrong places where he thought that people would go wrongly.
Yep. That's the word on the street. And on his website, he lists the ones that have been found. A general location has been found for the silver. This hunt has silver, it has gold, it has Bitcoin, it has a meteorite. But that person that found it isn't sharing it, and we really don't know where that location is. So the hunt's been out a good 5-6 years, and yeah, it's definitely an interesting one.
Okay, awesome. Well, okay, so that's where Mike and I started, which was really just issuing a whole series of coins celebrating existing treasure hunt properties. Mm-hmm. What we then at some point decided to do was, you know what? Let's have some fun. We should run our own treasure hunts on coins. And that's what we've started doing last year. We're continuing to do it now. And I guess let's talk for a couple minutes, if we can, about what makes our puzzles and our treasure hunts on coins different from what everything else on the market is. And I'm not in any way saying that our coins are better or worse than any book, because every single author, creator who puts these treasure hunts together, they're doing it from their heart. They're really putting a lot of time, energy, and care and love into their properties. So it's not that a coin is better or worse than a book, but we did create something new because nobody had ever done this before, and we still are the only ones doing it. So what are we doing? A coin, first of all, our coins vary in size. Some are color, some are not color, some are small, some are big. Some have serial numbers on them, some don't. Some have sequence numbers, some don't. So everything that we sell, you'll have to go to the website to see exactly what you're getting. Who's that little critter behind you? What's going on there?
That is Binks right here. Come here, kitty. What are you doing? That's our tuxedo cat, a new term I learned recently from the Treasure Hunter intro videos. Tuxedo cat right here. So that's one of the 2 cats we have running around. I'm not sure what she's doing, but yeah.
So Mike and I, again, we have a coin. Now the coins are bigger than a quarter, probably, let's say, the size of a $50. But that's the entire floor space that we have to put an entire treasure hunt on. So whereas a typical book might have 50 to 100 pages in these treasure hunt books or more, like there's treasure inside probably has 300 pages in that book. I don't know. It's a huge book. Yeah. We have about room for maybe 20 words is our entire world of puzzle. Right. We don't want to make it too simple, and clearly we don't want to make it too hard. So one constraint we have, although we don't view it as a constraint, I think we view it as a positive, is we have a very small amount of space to basically put a puzzle. The puzzle can consist of images and or text. I think what makes the puzzles that we've done, and so far we've launched 2 treasure hunts on our coins. Both were solved within 2 weeks each. One of them we gave a $500 cash prize. One of them we gave a $600 cash prize. But again, so what makes this different? One thing that makes our puzzles treasures different from the rest is ours are legitimately solvable. Not that the rest aren't, but we're dealing with properties like The Secret that's on year 45 or year 50 without solution. My favorite treasure hunt book, other than The Invitation, Xavier Marks, written by Hilary Genga and Sean Cronin. If you don't have that book, it's a must-get, absolute best thing currently unsolved on the market. But even that, as incredible as that book is, we're like in year 3 or something. When Mike and I are making puzzles, our puzzles are solved within 14 days, and that's what we want. These are made for quick enjoyment. You solve a puzzle, it's a race to the finish. You win your prize, you get your money. The other thing about what we do that's a little bit different, although it shouldn't be different from what other coin creators are doing, other puzzle creators are doing, is when our puzzles end, our solutions are up within 5 minutes. I mean, once there's a winner, solution is posted, pre-drafted, perfection explanation, no questions asked. And we have had, not exaggerating, 100% positive feedback on every puzzle we've done. Everybody, the winners and all the losers, have said, you know what, Greg, you know what, Mike, this was a fair puzzle. It was solvable.
And it makes
logical. It was sensical. And there was no tricks. I mean, it's just a puzzle. It's like solving the New York Times crossword puzzle. You could solve it, you solve it. So that's something very nice about what we do, because because that's what it is. I'll say 2 other things about the coins, Mike, and then maybe we could talk about what we've actually done. One other thing about the coin that's nice is they're collectibles. They're nice. They have beautiful images on them. They could be displayed. Now, books could be put on a bookshelf, fine, but these coins are cool. You can put them in your pocket. You can put them on your desk. They're just cool mementos. But the other thing, because they're so simple and small and portable, even when somebody solves it, we've got, or at least I can't speak for Mike, but I've heard from many of the players that we've done it with, they now know the solution, but they keep it in their house. And when they have company over, they show it to their friends and they say, hey, look, here's a quick puzzle, work on it.
See if you can solve it. Yeah.
Now they know the solutions now, but so I think our puzzles, I would say, are also more reusable than the typical book. I mean, when somebody wins Breakfast, Tea, and Bourbon, another great book I had worked on. I mean, the hunt's over. Somebody won $50,000 down in, I don't know, Arkansas, somewhere in that area. Nobody's coming over to me or Mike's house and Mike and I are saying, hey, you know what? Why don't you read this 100-page book? It was solved already, but give it a shot.
The coin's a great introduction to puzzles for people that have no idea. Like, what do you mean it's a puzzle? Like, they just don't get it. It's a great introduction to say, yeah, it's a puzzle. The first person that solved it won $500, etc. And we continue to make these coins. Let me show you the first one we did. Perfect. And maybe Greg can go over the solution. This was Greg's idea. This was a fun coin right here. And the other side, the other way. It's a little bit blurry. Sorry about that. But we had the bat and we had the pirate ship. Go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, so this was our first coin. This one had a $500 prize. Also, Mike, let's talk about this coin. And then when we talk about coin 2, we should talk about the playoffs, because that's another cool thing that we invented that has had great reaction, that as far as I know, and as far as you know, has never been done in a treasure hunt setting before.
That's right.
Yeah, so we start the playoffs too. But on that coin, that Mike, can you just go back to side 1, like the side of the boat? I'll walk through very quickly, but all of the solutions I'm talking about now are on our Facebook page. If you go to Facebook and follow Uncharted Collectibles, we have all of this in a very, very well put together solution page. As I mentioned, we do that for each puzzle.
And for anybody who buys the coin, when the contest is over and we have a winner, you're emailed the solution as well, the full solution.
Correct. So this is, I mean, at least in my opinion, and I made the coin with you, Mike. I'm going to say, I think this is a beautiful coin. I'm so proud of it, because the puzzle's over. Nobody's winning $500 again. but this is just cool to put on a desk. I just think it's really, and especially if you worked on it, the people who worked on it, it's a part of their lives now. So it's just a great. Nobody's throwing these things in the garbage. It's kind of cool to have a real physical. And these are very well made coins. These are not flimsy stuff. Like I don't have one here to bang on a table. They're very well made.
They're metal.
Well constructed.
It's a good conversation piece for sure.
So basically, we have words here. I think there's 18 words on this side of the coin, and
so 18.
I won't read them out loud. Well, okay. Adventurous friends zigzagging, underground zones, love, one buried treasure, activates kids on courageous chases, joining legendary lost escapades. Just to get to the bottom line and ruin it a little bit, all of those words, which AI helped me create, those words, all relate to the movie The Goonies, which is a major treasure movie that influenced Mike and I growing up. And probably many of you have. And if you have not seen The Goonies and you're watching this, sorry, Mike, turn off this show right now. Bye. Say goodbye to Cowlazars. Go watch Goonies right now.
Yeah, you got to watch it if you haven't seen it.
Yeah. So we have this messaging here, and the pirate ship relates to the Goonies as well. But what's really important, if you were trying to solve this puzzle, I think the entry path to this puzzle is that, and here's the other side of the coin, which has a vampire bat on it, and then it has these words: if you are good enough, go back and keep an eye out because X will mark the spot.
Sorry, it's blurry. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the coin's not blurry. The picture is blurry. We have a great coin. All of those words also happen to relate to the Goonies movie. So, for example, the Goonies theme song was sung by Cyndi Lauper, and it's called Goonies Are Good Enough. And in that coin, you see Are Good Enough. The main character in the Goonies is One-Eyed Willie. And this message talks about an eye out, and X will mark the spot. That's the One-Eyed Will E. Right. And in the Goonies, it's all about X marking the spot. So there's about 7 Goonies references in these words. The vampire bat is supposed to be a clue to Count Dracula or Count.
Right. So a lot of people said it's just a bat, but if you look, the bat has fangs. You think of Dracula, who's the most famous Dracula, Count Dracula, even Sesame Street, the Count, right? 1, 2. That's what we were going for. And everybody who got the coin knew it had something to do with the Goonies. They all caught the Goonies references pretty much right away.
I think the most likely way, and by the way, multiple people solved this puzzle. The first person who got the answer right was the winner. It was David Cohen, I believe, was the winner of this particular puzzle down in Atlanta. But the way I think that this gets solved is you first realize there's 18 words on each side of the coin. Probably not a coincidence. And that really is a clue to let you know. And also, we're dealing with a two-sided coin. I mean, somehow you would probably assume correctly that when Mike and I made this puzzle, both sides of the coin need to be used. So we have 2 sides of a coin that need to be used with 18 words on each side, and effectively each word on each side match and link together. How do they link together? Well, this was actually probably a more complicated type of cipher than our second coin was, which we'll talk about. And the third coin that is currently for sale now, I could say, is not as complicated as what I'm about to say, although this is not complicated, but relatively speaking, this is more cipher-based than our second or third.
Once you know the solution, it's not complicated at all, but isn't that how all these treasure hunts are? Yeah,
exactly. But if you go to the other side of the coin, Mike, so
I didn't know that was him, Jared. Is that right? He made his own, David Cohen made his own called 52 Masterpieces. And I remember that hunt. I had no idea that was him. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Well, it's more interesting because I've talked to David on the phone probably 5 times since I met him when he won, and he never told me that.
He never mentioned it? Yeah, Jared is a wealth of treasure hunting knowledge for sure. All right. Thanks, Jared.
Well, actually, Jared, if I could ask you, did Jared buy our coins? Did he play?
Jared, yes, Jared has bought the coins. Yep.
Okay. Well, thank you, Jared, for being a customer. Thank you.
K-Pro can even solve these ciphers. There will be a coin from K-Pro. We're going to call it Are You Smarter Than K-Pro here in 2026. You'll see, everybody.
Oh, sorry, Mike. Let's also give a little sneak preview. Here's the agenda as I would propose it for you, Mike. We're talking about coin 1. Then we're going to talk about coin 2. Then we're going to talk about coin 3 that's for sale. But we've got breaking news later in the show.
We do have breaking news for Seeking Treasure Con, and Jared was on David's team for Coin 1. He helped him solve it.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty nice, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So what's going on? But could you just go to the other side of the coin for a second?
Yeah, sure. And I could go in the wrong way. All right, there we go. There we go.
Yeah. So I as I recall, and I didn't study for this this meeting we're having, Mike, but my memory is the word if has 2 letters. The word you has 3 letters.
Yep.
The word R has 3 letters. The word good has 4 letters, etc. When you count, because the count is there, Count Dracula, the bat.
Count the letters.
Exactly. So now we have numbers. Let's just focus on the if and the you. Just
K-Pro's the last to know. Yes.
Now we go back to the other side of the coin.
Yep.
And what you'll also notice is on the other side of the coin, the first letter of each word was capitalized, which is
that was a big hint.
Yeah, the importance of each word's first letter. Let's now look at the word escapades, which is the last word.
Mm-hmm.
We have to move that E up by 2 because the first word on the other side of the coin was 2 letters.
And then a clue or a hint that this was important was there's exactly 18 words on this side of the coin and 18 words on this side of the coin. So there was a correlation there. Yeah.
So the E in escapades, if you add 2 to E, you get F and G. So escapades is a G.
Yep.
I'll do this one more time only.
Yeah.
The next word was U, which is 3 letters.
Right.
We have to now advance the word lost by 3 letters. L becomes an O.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So we've now seen the last 2 letters in reverse order are G and then O.
And then another O. Right. Exactly.
If you run it all forward 18 times, you will get the message, Goonies never say die, which is the main tagline, famous quote from the movie.
So it all tied together. It was a solution. You knew you had it correctly when you did it right. A lot of people were like, they were just guessing movie quotes. They were guessing movie characters from the Goonies. But no, it was actually a cipher. It was actually a solution. You would know 100% when you did it correctly. And I think a lot of people enjoyed the coin. I mean, I know they all did.
Well, I know they all did too. And honestly, we did not get one negative comment about this coin. No coin at all. But and everybody thought it was a great puzzle because it all does tie together to the singular theme.
Right.
So it was well done. And both Mike and I are very proud of that coin.
Yeah.
Which then led us to coin number 2.
And coin 2, I actually didn't take a picture of coin 2. I can grab it if we want to show it. But coin number 2 was the verse from The Secret, from the New York verse from The Secret, right? And that was on the coin, the verse, front and back.
Well, so here's what Mike and I invented when we came up with coin 2. Basically, we tried to do a self-analysis, and we said what went right with coin 1, which we just talked about, and what went wrong. I don't think we thought that anything went wrong, but what we did think was what we did try to fix was if one person solves the coin, let's say in the first 15 minutes, is it fair to the other hundreds of people who might not even been home for that 15-minute period? I mean, they just might have had plans or time zones are different. And
let's explain how it works. So as we know, the delays with the post office, instead of you having to wait until you get your coin in the mail, the way me and Greg and K-Pro decided to do this is on a date that is known beforehand at a certain time, you will get a front and back picture of the coin in a PDF. And that way everybody gets the coin at the exact same time and everybody can work on it at the exact same time. And that's how we're going to do every coin that moving forward, because we can't guarantee that everybody gets that coin the same day from the post office, obviously.
Right. So Mike and I spent, I don't know, 10 hours just brainstorming how do we mail everybody a coin with a puzzle on it and not give anybody a head start. And it's not easy. We've come up with different solutions, different theories, and it's worked so far. And we're always improving our business and improving.
We're always able to. We're always open to suggestions and ready to improve the process, of course.
But we then came up for Treasure Hunt 2, we came up with this concept of the playoffs. And what we did on coin 2, which we are doing again on coin 3, which is now for sale at unchartedcollectibles.com.
That's right.
UnchartedCollectibles.com. Coin 3 is for sale. There's a picture of a yellow bus on it if you're looking for the product you're buying.
That's somebody who wants to buy it right there. But
there you go. We just got a sale. So what we decided was the following: to avoid even when everybody having an even playing field, we just didn't want this puzzle being solved by one person in the first 10 minutes or 2 hours or first day, and not have everybody else having a chance. So we came up with this system where you have a 7-day window upon puzzle launch. And Treasure Hunt 3, which we'll talk about soon, launches December 21. So for 7 days following launch of a puzzle, nobody can win. It's a window of time where everybody can submit a correct solution or an incorrect solution.
And has time to work on it. That was the important part.
Correct. Yeah. Whether you submit a correct solution after one, there was an actual sale. Thank you, whoever that was.
Hey, appreciate it.
Yeah, that sound on Shopify of that sale, it's one of the most beautiful sounds in the world. So whether I'll actually hit mute on my phone. Sorry. Okay.
That's okay.
But thank you for that, purchaser. Whether somebody solves the puzzle within the first 1 minute or after 6 days, under Mike and I's rules, you're on a completely equal playing field. It's a 7-day window for you to submit the correct solution, and then we take all of the people who submitted the correct solution and they advance to the playoffs.
Puzzle number 2, right?
Yes. What's not easy for Mike and I to do, and yet we've so far done it twice, you're using the same exact coin for 2 different puzzles. And that is hard from a creator's perspective, but fun from a creator's perspective. But what Mike and I are doing is we're making one coin. Again, we're talking about maybe 10 words on each side. And we are having 2 completely separate, unique, distinctive, different solutions and methodologies to come up with 2 completely different answers using the same coin. And it's pretty awesome. And that's something it's another thing Mike and I can be proud of, because there's no other treasure hunt that has done that to our knowledge.
Not that we're aware of. That's right. I think this is the first of its kind. And like I said, coin number 2 was the verse of the New York secret on the coin. So for this particular coin, the puzzle itself was not on the coin. The puzzle was contained in the PDF that we sent you with a picture of the front and back of the coin.
Yes. So I think what we did, so it was the verse of the secret, which was the New York verse, the one about the gray, what is it, gray lady?
And I've got Jared just sent me a picture. It's a little bit zoomed in, so it looks a little bit blurry. But to give you an idea, this was the front of the coin. Yeah. And if anybody who knows the secret, in the shadow of the gray giant, find the arm, that is the verse right out of the book. So
you know what, Mike? I'm going to say something that I haven't told you. And I maybe even shouldn't say it, but I'm going to say it. We have no secrets from our purchasers. And prospective purchasers, which is the following. I'm actually surprised. I love the image of the New York secret coin. We have sold more of the image coin than the verse coin. Yeah. And that does surprise me. And I just want you to know why. Maybe I live in New York, and I've done, I've spent days traveling around the city trying to solve this verse. But I would probably prefer to have that verse in my pocket to just pull out and see the lines if I'm searching rather than an image. So I actually think the verse is more valuable, like from a searcher perspective, but the image is more aesthetically pleasing, which is, I guess, why more of those were sold. Anyway.
Yeah, I think so. And those are still for sale. If you are into the secret, or you at Christmas time, if you want to give somebody the gift of the secret New York on a coin, those are still available on the website.
Well, I'll even go further. If you're a fan of the secret, more generally, and if you have not bought these limited, I didn't even use that word before. These are all limited edition. All of our coins are limited edition.
When they run out, they're done. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know if we should talk about pricing, but there's a legitimate resale market, like on Forest Fen. The eBay coins that were sold are through the roof. There's another sale. Thank you. Yeah. I have to turn this off.
Hey, that's Tobiah. Hey, thanks, Tobiah.
But thank you again. Thank you for that.
That's all right, Tobiah.
But and yeah, like Mike, the resale value, at least on the Forest Fen coin, was a legitimate markup from the original purchase price.
Through the roof. Yeah. Well, it's interesting. I have not seen the secret coin on eBay yet, but I'm sure some entrepreneur out there may put it on eBay at some point.
Yeah, I think that the secret will rise in value when another cask is found, and that
Right.
that's just what I think. And when I talk about like resale value, Mike and I don't get any of that money, and we don't even want any of that money. I'm just saying that it's a legitimate collectible piece,
Right.
which is another benefit of buying these things.
And the secret coin, the verse and the image do have sequence numbers on them. The sequence number, another first, I think, is actually on the edge of the coin. We didn't want to put it on the front or back to kind of ruin the picture and the verse, so we put it on the edge of the coin.
Right.
And a lot of people have been asking for particular sequence numbers, that mean something to them, whether it's a anniversary or a date or whatever it might be. And yeah, they've been having a lot of fun with it.
So back to where we were. So we have this playoff concept where for the first 7 days, anybody who submitted the correct answer now is in a limited pool of people who could play a new puzzle using the same coin they've already purchased for the actual prize money. On Treasure Hunt 2 that we launched through Uncharted Collectibles, I think we had 7 people advance to the playoffs, which to me is a perfect number because we sold a lot of coins. Everybody loved playing. 7 to me shows this was a solvable puzzle because we've got 7 different people who all solved the puzzle within the same 7-day period. And I think that shows a fair, well-made puzzle. And then when we launched the playoff puzzle thereafter, that was won within, I think, 72 hours. And there was a $600 prize on that one. Again, just really tremendous positive response we got.
All right. We want to talk about coin number 3 that is currently available.
I do.
I will show it on the website right now as Greg gives us the introduction to it. So this is the website, unchartedcollectibles.com. Right here, you see the secret, the image, the verse, Forrest Fenn coin. Over here is where the treasure puzzle coins are. And you see 1 and 2 are sold out. And this is coin number 3. The words have been redacted, okay, because we don't want anybody to get a head start. So when you get the PDF, of course, it will not be redacted. And here's an awesome video that Greg put together. So this
Mike,
coin is here.
Could you play that video with sound? Because it is cool. Could you play that?
Let me see. Let's see. Yeah.
Puzzle.
Well, the sound's not playing anyways. It's a cool little.
Oh, sorry. I thought it did.
Yeah, that was one of the first videos that we made with Sora, but it's pretty cool.
If you go to the website, you can play that video. So some of you may be looking at this. Maybe you have an idea of what it means. Maybe you don't. But we only showed you one side of the coin, and it's redacted. So that's available right now. And what's the prize going to be for that, Greg?
That's a $500 prize. That's the one if you'd like to play, and we hope you do. That is for sale now, but nobody has received the coins yet. Nobody has received the puzzle yet. So you're right in the perfect window of time to buy it. That puzzle goes live December 21.
Yeah, Sunday, a week from this Sunday at noon Pacific on December 21. You will get a PDF. If you've purchased the coin, you will get a PDF front and back of the coin along with the puzzle. You have 7 days to submit the correct answer to that puzzle. Everybody who submits the correct answer then goes to the playoffs, which is puzzle number 2, which will be released 1 week later on Sunday, December 28th. And that person who correctly solves puzzle number 2 will be the winner of the $500 prize. And that's just how we do it at Uncharted Collectibles.
That is how we do it. And this puzzle 3 will, in all likelihood, in my opinion, it's going to get solved also within 2 weeks. So again, these are solvable puzzles. Yeah. They're fun, and everybody who has not bought Treasure Hunt Coin 3 yet, again, this is the time because it goes live on December 21. And so just to put together what we said before, but just make it clear, the other great thing about what me and Mike are doing is if you're going to win this treasure, this $500 prize, or even if you're not going to win, it's about playing, not winning.
Right.
You're actually getting 2 puzzles for the same price because you're getting a playoff puzzle. And even if you don't advance to the playoffs, we circulate all the puzzles to everybody after it's done anyway, so everybody could play in the same. Even if you don't advance to the playoffs, you're still getting that second puzzle, so people have fun doing it.
So for everybody that's coming to Seeking Treasure Con that has ordered or will order coin number 3, I'm happy to hang on to it, just give it to you in person at Seeking Treasure Con instead of putting it in the mail. it's Christmas time. You know, Sunday the 21st is Christmas time. The post office is going to be slammed. I'm happy to mail it if you want me to, but I'm also happy just to give it to you in person at Seeking Treasure Con, if that's your wish. And I'll email everybody and ask them what they want to do. We've had people from Canada and France buy our coins. It really is kind of getting bigger and bigger each coin that we do.
Yeah. Yes. And that person in France, if they're watching, I happen to know that's a very talented searcher out there. I forget the person's name, but they're very good at what they do in terms of treasure hunting. I guess a couple more things I'll just say about Treasure Hunt Coin 3, which is now for sale at unchartedcollectibles.com. Is the following. I happen to think, and you just saw it, it happens to be, if you like the color pink, it happens to be a very pretty coin. It's probably our most colorful coin yet that we've sold. So that's one nice thing about this coin. Me and Mike, our goal is not to produce cheap product where if we wanted to make less coins at a lower price point, we could. We don't do that. We're spending the money on the color and the materials and the weight and the tariffs and everything involved. We're just doing it. We're doing it right so people enjoy the product. And this is a very, very nice coin. I'll also say, Mike, and I did not get your permission to do this, but we're on live, so we'll just do it. Right. I'm going to say this. If you've been watching this whole broadcast so far, when Mike and I have talked about Treasure Hunt Coin 1 and Treasure Hunt Coin 2, and we've talked about how the solutions worked, I'm not going to say which, but there is a major similarity, although there's a different solve. But there are takeaways that you could have from what Mike and I have already described, which would help you advance on coin number 3. So I'll just say that.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I see.
There is something that Mike and I said where if you got stuck, if you rewatch this video from the beginning, it could help you advance through the playoffs in coin 3. So, and that's a thank you for watching the Cowlazars show.
Yeah, that is a big thank you, everybody that has ordered the coins from us and showed us the support. I think it's really a neat idea. People that are into puzzles, that are into treasure hunts, I just think it's a good idea all around. And I will say this, if you out there have a treasure hunt, you may want a collectible coin made for your treasure hunt, reach out to Uncharted Collectibles. Me and Greg are always open. We can always make something work. Or if you might even have a puzzle idea that maybe you want to see on a coin, that's for you. You know what I mean? Reach out. We're always open to new ideas. So shoot us an email, cowlazars@gmail.com, and we'll sit down and talk.
Yeah, well, so I'll go even further than that, Mike. Mike and I view Uncharted Collectibles, really, we're talking here about the treasure hunt component of it because that's Mike's fan base and that's the Cowlazars show. But in 2026, Uncharted Collectibles will expand outside of just treasure hunts. We're going to keep doing treasure hunts. We'll probably have at least 6 next year. Cash prizes will go up, and Mike and our consumer base is growing. We're very happy. We're not happy in terms, this is not a business that me and Mike are retiring over. We're happy because we're causing people to enjoy what they're doing. Just like JCB is bringing joy to people through his book, we're bringing joy to people through our coins, and that really is our goal. But if you have an idea for coins, it could have nothing to do with treasure.
Right.
Mike and I just made a series of coins. I have a home poker game. We just made a whole batch of coins for my poker game.
Exactly.
And we're going to do corporate coins. And I don't want to, Mike and I have already discussed some other launches in 2026, but this is a coin business. But since Mike and I's heart is in treasure hunting, that will always be our focus. And there will be more to come.
And you just maybe remind something that what gave me the idea to do the Forrest Fenn coin 8 years ago or whatever it is nowadays is I was in the military. My father was in the military, and my father gave me his coin for his unit when he was in the Army. And it really is a coin that shows you're part of a brotherhood, that everybody who has this coin, we're in the same unit. And that's why we thought of a treasure hunter coin. We are a brotherhood when you look at it. All of us that are working on all these treasure hunts, JCBs, Justin Posey's, The Invitation, The Grand Adventures, Xavier Marks, Beacon Star, the list goes on and on. But we are all treasure hunters. And it really is nice just to represent our brotherhood and sisterhood with a coin. So that's what gave me the original idea for the Forrest Fenn coin.
No, but what you just said is let's not forget Forrest Fenn. And by the way, you can still buy Forrest Fenn coins. We have less than 10 left, but they are at unchartedcollectibles.com. But the Brotherhood coin you're talking about, Mike, is coming out in 3 weeks at TreasureCon. That's the Brotherhood coin.
That's the breaking news, everybody. The K-Pro I don't think knew about.
No, sorry. I broke news.
No. K-Pro loves it when we just break news live. So Uncharted Collectibles is going to be the official sponsor of the Seeking Treasure Con coin. We are going to have a coin available for sale at Seeking Treasure Con, and give them the secondary news, Greg, for that coin.
Well, do you hit the breaking news button before or after I?
Nah, let me go. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So the other breaking news is not only will there be a coin, and it's another beautiful coin, and this coin is a true memory. It's a souvenir of the Treasure Con, which I will be at. I'm flying in from New York to come to it. I look forward to seeing all of you, and many of you I know, many of you I don't know, but it's an awesome gathering of people with the same interest. But what Mike and I are now launching, just announced for the first time, as I say the next sentence, is we have another puzzle associated with the Treasure Con coin with a cash prize. More details to be announced in the future, but that Treasure Con coin you get for attending, or if you purchase it, even if you don't attend, that's going to basically be our fourth treasure coin.
Exactly.
The third one on sale now, December 21. Our January coin is the Treasure Con coin, and it's just the beginning of 2026, and we just look forward to just making things happen, growing the coin business, having fun, creating puzzles, and giving away money. I mean, that's what Mike and I enjoy.
So Seeking Treasure Con will have an official coin. It also will be a puzzle. We'll have more details on that as we get closer to the con, but pretty awesome. And Tobiah, so the website says the Forrest Fenn coin is sold out. I may still have some here. I got to look, but if you're interested in buying the Forrest Fenn coin, shoot me an email, cowlazars@gmail.com, and I'll see if I can find one or not.
Mike, breaking news. The coin is sold out. I didn't even know that. More breaking news. Okay.
That's right. So there it is. I think we talked about this, K-Pro. I don't know if we did or not. We're not going to show you, by the way, we're not going to show you what the Seeking Treasure Con coin looks like. When you're there in person, you will see it for the first time with everybody else.
Well, I'm going to say this. It's a beautiful coin, because I've seen it. Yeah. And it's a beautiful puzzle that goes with the coin. And one more thing about the puzzles I should have said. All of the puzzles that Mike and I have created for coin 1, coin 2, coin 3, and by the way, that's 5 puzzles because of the playoff puzzles. There's double puzzles in there.
Yeah.
And Treasure Con coin, which is the next one, every single one of them has a unique solution and methodology that is, again, I've said it was solvable, which it is, but they've never been done before. Mike and I have made every single puzzle with an original type of solution. We're not just doing standard letter shifts or everything we've done is brand new. They're not copied from other types of puzzles. And that's just a function of the human mind. Anybody on this Zoom chat right now could come up with 100 puzzles if they wanted to. But when Mike and I are doing it, we're trying, and Mike and I bounce things off of each other really to make sure that just because I think it's a good puzzle, if it doesn't pass Mike's test, it's in the garbage and vice versa. And for example, the Treasure Con coin and the puzzle that you'll receive as part of that, the puzzle you get is maybe the fifth idea that Mike and I kicked around for.
Right.
But we have very tough quality testing to pass to get a puzzle through on an actual coin. So.
Yeah, it's not as easy as you think to put a puzzle on a coin or to create a puzzle that's based off a coin because there's limited space, like Greg said earlier. Limited words, limited graphics, limited space. But it's been challenging and fun to make it happen. And the first couple coins we did, like that puzzle coin number 1, I think was more of an introduction to puzzles. It was relatively easy. I think we should get a little bit more difficult as we go, like all through 2026. We'll see. We'll see, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's just these are decisions that Mike and I have done our best to navigate. It's hard to please or cater to everybody because we want beginners to love what we're doing.
Right.
And we want expert advanced cipher people to love what we're doing. So we're trying to find the right balance and we're shifting course each time. But again, everything that we've done so far has been completely solvable by people, I think, even if you had no puzzle experience whatsoever. And the fact that we posted the solutions to all the coins we've done in the past is definitely a way to get up to speed to jump right in and solve the next coin.
Right. And K-Pro, we're going to sell these just like we talked about. Nothing's changed there. Okay. It's just now we have decided to make a puzzle with the coin. That's all. That's the only thing that changed. All right. Yeah, we need a Treasure Hunt amusement park coin. Well, just you wait, Billie Jean. You never know. Okay, so there it is, guys. Coin number 3, Uncharted Collectibles puzzle coin number 3 is for sale right now. You have until Sunday, the 21st of December at noon to purchase the coin. because at that time is when the coin, unredacted, and the puzzle will be sent to everybody that has purchased it. 7 days later, the people who had correctly solved that puzzle will advance to the playoffs, and we'll get a second puzzle. And the winner of that one will win $500. And who doesn't need $500 around Christmas time, or for Seeking Treasure Con, for that matter, for those of you that are coming out to Vegas. So, that's all, K-Pro. She loves it when
we covered everything that I think we wanted, that there is to cover about what you and I are doing in this business. I'm sorry we don't have more time, because I'd actually want to ask you about every single treasure hunt book on the market now and see the status of everything and just talk it through. But I guess that's for Treasure Con in January.
You really did a good job of explaining Uncharted Collectibles, the history. And I will say, everybody, for those of you that are coming to Seeking Treasure Con, I don't even know if you know about this, Greg, if you saw Monday's show, we did an intro video contest. We had 25 people that are coming to the con submit a little intro video of themselves, and now people get to vote on it. And you will be very surprised on how close those votes are, everybody. So you have until Sunday at noon to submit your vote. Top 3. You get to vote for the top 3 videos, because you'd be surprised how close it is. So if you want to check that out and vote, Greg, go ahead. That's been a lot of fun. And we'll go through that and talk about the winners on Monday's show.
So, and even that, Mike, it goes back to where I started. So let me now, I guess my closing remarks are twofold. First of all, everybody, thank you for being part of Uncharted Collectibles. If you were in the past, thank you for considering being part of Uncharted Collectibles in the future, if you'd like, at unchartedcollectibles.com. And just to end where I started, Mike, thank you, because everything that we've just talked about, there's so much that you and K-Pro have done just to build momentum in this entire community. And Treasure Con is the actual peak of it all. I mean, that's never been done before. And look at how it's growing in 2025 or 2026 compared to 2025 and 2024. In 5 years, who knows where this will be? And you, Mike Cowlazars, have single-handedly, on your own, because of your love for this, and for no self-reward on your own. You just gave. You didn't take. You created all of this for all of us. And I see personally how much time you put into this. Uncharted Collectibles, you put a ton of time in, and that's just a small piece of the empire that you're building for the benefit of everybody watching this. So thank you again for everybody.
Well, I really appreciate it, Greg. Thank you. And thank you for, you could have chose anybody to partner with for this coin idea. So thank you for reaching out to me, because you are the one that put the contracts together. You kind of do the hard work, I would say, to make these things officially licensed. So thanks. I appreciate it.
And then finally, Mike, so thank you. And I'll just say, I'm talking to you, Mike, now. I'm ignoring the fact that there's 500 people listening to us, but I'll say
millions around
the
world.
Partner, and you chose me as a partner, because we have 100% mutual trust, respect, admiration for each other. And this experience together have not only made us incredible business partners, but very close friends. And that's more important to me than anything else we're doing. So thank you for your friendship.
So everybody out there that's coming to Seeking Treasure Con, consider this Greg's introduction video, although you can't vote for him. So when you see him at Seeking Treasure Con, come up, shake his hand, and buy a coin if you want to. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. There is going to be a speakeasy in our Discord for Mandy's, thebotg.com. I know there's been some issues. Let's talk it out in the Cowlazars Grand Adventure voice channel. So let's go over there and talk. Go ahead, Greg.
Thank you, Mike, for your time. K-Pro, love you both. And thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you.
All right. We'll see you at Seeking Treasure Con, Greg. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll have a show with the votes on Monday. We'll see you then.